People just think I'm there to immediately be like, just vegetables, no fun food ever. Hi, my name is Haley and this is how I roll. Food is so much to so many people, and it's definitely like culture, and it's like identity to some people, and it's so much more than just something that you have to do. Some people live to eat, some people eat to live. So I understand that there's so much behind food that you can't just think in the way of calories, and you have to think that it's a thing that people do together, and it's a huge part of people's culture, and it's a giant part of some people's day. Like, they just spend all day looking forward to their meals all together with everybody. That's my favorite thing to go see, because they're all just like sharing time together. There's no screens or anything. They're just eating and talking about their day, and it's lovely. The story that I like to tell in some of my presentations is that I've just been around food my entire life. I grew up on a farm where we would farm for the people of Saskatchewan and all of the world, so the food involved there's a lot of food traditions that we'd have, like taking supper out to my dad and my papa in the field, and just most of our fun memories from growing up were around food. And then I went into kitchens professionally after that, and then I decided that I loved it so much and I wanted to learn more about the science of food, and that drove me to dietetics. And then I found that my work in the humanities when I was going through school really just, I wanted to help people, but help people with food. So that's why I ended up where I am. I feel like just the fact that diet is in dietitian throws people off right away too. So I'm recipe specialist to some people. I'm just the food lady to some people. Like, I have many different names. I help with food relationships because I think that better embodies what I'm doing with people. Trying to help them overcome whatever trauma that they may have with food and make their relationship more that they love food and they love meal times and they look forward to eating and sharing food with other people. So I started doing my apprenticeship. Actually, I was a first-year apprentice as a cook, and then I decided that I wanted to go to university instead in dietetics, and my husband and I wanted to get out of Saskatchewan just for a little adventure, so we went to Halifax, and I went to Mount St. Vincent University, and it's 4 years of Bachelor of Science degree. You learn about disabilities and like help being a dietitian for people with disabilities, but not to the extent that I needed to know. So there's so much learning, and there's wonderful dietitians out there that I've connected with and been like, hey, what are your best practices? Or like, what's the science on this? Can you give me papers? And I've joined all the networks that I can for Dietitians of Canada. But again, everybody's unique. I don't know how I would learn about all of everybody's needs in school, because it's just so much. So you just got to work with your people and the resources that you do have. So I'm working directly with other healthcare providers, but then I'm also teaching like supports how to cook if they maybe don't know how to cook for other people, or especially if they have to cook a therapeutic diet. I work with team leads like massively, a lot. They know their individuals that they support so much better than I do. I'm just meeting a lot of these people for the first time, so I'll spend a lot of time with them just asking what their habits are, what they really like to eat, what they don't like to eat. Again, I'll do this with the individuals as well. But some people who are nonverbal or something, then their team leads are huge in giving me all of that information so that I'm not giving them nutrition prescriptions or like any interventions that aren't going to work. Mental health is so tied into nutrition, and people can't thrive unless they're like feeling good, and if you're not eating well, you're not feeling good. So if we can just remove that one barrier of people feeling unwell, and then it maybe will help them to reach other milestones and work better with some of the other tools that they've been given. And a year from now, if I could just make suggestions to people without them being too scared and just trusting me a little bit, then I would think that's a huge success. Just having rapport with people and them not being worried that I'm there to ruin their food.